Hi Aquarius, this is Isel. I'm on YouTube as the Altruistic Mystic. I want to go ahead and do your end of November reading. I want to say to you first off, I'm really sorry for not getting your reading done for the first portion of the month. I have been super busy, and yeah, I needed some time to me, just because I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life right now, so I needed to tend to that. And yeah, but I'm here to do your reading now, and let's do it. All right. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to go for an overall energy for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Love relationship reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, November 2018. The last portion of November 2018, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for Aquarius, please. So you have the Five of Pentacles, Aquarius, with the Four of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So, you know, it's like if you've been basically, if you've put somebody out or somebody's put you out, shut you aside, you may be taking a break. There may be blocked energy between you. It may be a shut off, a standstill. Basically, nothing's moving forward at this point in regard to you and whomever you're dealing with. So, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Show me energy for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius, please. You have the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. This is basically looking into yourself for guidance, awareness, self-awareness, recognizing what it is that you've learned from this situation and applying it to yourself in positive ways. How has this healed you? How has this made you conscious of the different aspects within yourself, in regard to healing, in regard to pain, in regard to whatever it is that you've learned in this situation. But it's also a card of taking a break. It's a card of deep introspection, okay? So you have two cards here of non-movement. And it's not necessarily like this inaction is actually more so helpful than anything, because this Four of Swords basically talks about healing. It talks about taking time to yourself to heal, a time to reflect, a time to find a new position in a situation or not. It's a recovery time. It's a time to respite, you know, take a respite, take time for yourself. In regard to the Hermit here with it, you know, it's like really, you know, that time with ourselves is incredibly important, especially if somebody has left us out in the cold, or we've had to let somebody out of our life, you know, put somebody out in the cold. So let's go ahead and get some more energy here for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah, so you have the Six of Cups here, Aquarius. Six of Swords. This is moving away from energy that's toxic, moving away from frustrating mental overexertion. You know, in regard to the Six of Swords, it's basically talking about letting go. It's a card of travel, but it's also a card of release. It's a card of basically, you know, swords represent thought. It represents mental association. You know, sometimes when we have these cycling feelings in our minds and our bodies, when we cycle through these painful, harsh energies, it's like the only thing that we can do is almost like remove ourselves from a situation. Remove ourselves from situations that have been painful and toxic to the point where it's like what we get ourselves into now is basically finding new ground, but it's healthier ground, and it's balancing out emotions. That's, you know, especially in regard to this Hermit, like that's what he's looking at, you know. And it's interesting because it's like, yes, he's got his back to it, but it's like there's an energy here where everything that this Hermit is looking at fuels moving away from this situation. Okay, everything that this Hermit is taking deep, deep introspection in regard to is causing him to want to move away from the situation. What's on the bottom of the deck for this is the Three of Cups. So in regard to this situation, it may be that somebody was let go of due to cheating, due to third-party relationships. This seems to be a running theme in a lot of the readings right now, third-party relationships. I know that that's a constant thing in regard to relationships just in general, especially in concern to thousands of people seeking help via tarot. Third-party situations are pretty darn prevalent. But it seems to be that that may be a potential case here in regard to this. Show me more for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me more. November. Okay. So this is finding out the truth about third-party situations. This is basically, you know, this could be communicating the truth, somebody communicating the truth about it, you finding out about it through just watching. This could be basically cutting somebody out, putting them out because of third-party endeavors, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and clarify these cards. Show me the Hermit for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, November 2018. Show me the Hermit. Thank you. Okay, Aquarius. Yeah. So, okay. So basically what we have is the Knight of Rods. Now, the Knight of Rods is pretty much the notorious player card. In this situation, these all came upright. When they come out in clumps, you know, sometimes they can pop over all backwards. I feel that this is in reverse, though, you know. This is the ultimate player card, essentially. This is the Hermit having to look in on somebody's actions and behaviors. We have the High Priestess here. It's talking about secret relationships. This is often the Mistress card. This is somebody needing to use their intuition in regard to third-party situations. You know, you may not be receiving the entire truth in regard to a situation, so you may just be needing to cut a situation out and find higher ground in regard to this matter. I feel a lot of stress here. A lot of stress, a lot of pressure. So this is basically, here we go. You have the Eight of Wands, you've got the Five of Cups in the middle, and you have the Four of Pentacles. So here it's like communication, letters, email, phone calls, you know, contact in regard to the communication in regard to the situation. What it has done is essentially unraveled your relationship. It's caused things to fall down and crumble. I would suggest at this point, you know, it's probably a good idea if you do move on from this. Feel your emotions, but don't wallow in them. Don't live there in pain. You still have good things coming to you, most definitely, but you need to be able to get rid of this energy. Don't hold on to somebody else's actions. Don't internalize them and make them your fault. If you were the one at fault, recognize it, heal it, make your best attempt to heal the situation, but move on, you know. That's what you can do. Either way, if you're the person that caused this or the person that's dealing with this, either way, this situation does not really yield any benefit other than to garner wisdom from it and move on. But either way, it's like the communication ends up being, we're not moving forward anywhere. We're holding off. We're at a standstill. And I feel that that's important. Like, again, though, don't hold on to these emotions for forever. You have the King of Swords here in regard to this situation. I do want to point out, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. Underneath the Five of Swords, you have the Tower. So this is essentially energy where, you know, somebody's manipulation, somebody's lies and deception has basically caused a situation to fall apart. And this is the aftermath. This is the situation at hand. You know, somebody had to go or has to go. And, you know, with this King of Swords here, Aquarius, this is the Aquarian King. This is, well, this is Libra also. But this is Aquarian energy, most definitely. This is a card where essentially we don't allow our emotions to get the better of us. We allow our emotions to be a side player, something where it's like we're not ruled by them in our decision making. We are more so apt to be somebody who is going to speak our mind, speak our truth, and we know that we have to be logical in regard to it versus emotional to get our point across. We have to sometimes cut energies out entirely. It's a card of being blunt. It's a card of being just utterly honest and in your own favor, you know? When you realize that somebody is not being truthful or honest, you have to take matters into your own hands and you have to cut things down, okay? There's a lot of cards for that Hermit. But that's what's being contemplated. I feel tired. I feel very tired. Okay. Show me the Three of Cups. Show me the Three of Cups for Aquarius, please. So, the Fool. In regard to the Three of Cups, you know, if you're able to cut the situation out, well, if you're able to, you will cut it out. You know, by cutting it out, though, you give yourself an opportunity for something far greater, you know, something to celebrate for. I think also in regard to cutting things out, it may turn you more so toward friends, towards people and groups that you feel comfortable being around. Sure, that could lead you to meeting somebody new, but also whatever it is, like, you end up being on a different path energetically. When you do that, you change your situation, you make it better for yourself. Yeah, you know, I think that once you let this go, it's actually something that's worth feeling good about. Show me the Ace of Swords here for Aquarius, please. Yeah, you have to cut somebody out. It's very unfortunate. It's very uncomfortable. Somebody that you may have cared about and loved, and they treated you like shit. You know, Aquarius, you have the Four of Swords here twice. This is talking about deep healing. It's talking about taking time for yourself so that you're able to suss things out, you know? Give me one more for the Ace of Swords, please. One more. Yeah, you're not moving forward in this situation, Aquarius, okay? This is done. It's unfortunate because sometimes, you know, when we feel that we have somebody that we found that feels good to us, with somebody we have been loving with and very caring and honest with, and then they turn around and do some really, you know, shiesty shit, it's hard to trust people. It's hard to come out of that, but this is definitely coming out of it, and it's really looking into it to be able to come out of it. Show me the Six of Swords for Aquarius, please. Six of Swords for Aquarius, please. So you have the King of Wands with the Nine of Cups. And you have Temperance with the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is popping out here twice. In regard to this situation, you know, what it is that you need to do is basically balance yourself out, heal from the situation. You need to take into consideration the time that it will take to do that. But in regard to that, you need to basically lead yourself out of this. Stay strong in what you believe in and lead yourself out of this situation. Once you do that, you are able to heal emotionally. Yeah, the Nine of Cups is talking about, you know, wish fulfillment and you get all your wishes granted and whatever. I'm sorry. I feel that, like, have you ever in your life, like, when you've read this card or had it read to you, have you ever, like, actually just gotten all your wishes? Like, literally? Okay, no, right? So a lot of the time this talks about emotional healing. It talks about getting back into our emotional well-being. Literally, in regard, once we move away from situations, we're able to move toward our emotional well-being, you know? But it happens when we balance energy out. And this is Sagittarian energy as well, but it happens when we balance ourselves out, when we're able to heal from situations. That is when we're able to lead our own lives. The King of Wands is a leader. He is a ruler. He's a king that is very passionate in regard to what he gets involved in, you know? He believes what he gets involved in. He's very, he's driven. He's very driven. You know, you may be heading away from a situation towards a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's a possibility as well. That may be somewhere, or I'm sorry, that may be someone who does end up giving you a brand new beginning in the far off distance. That could be something, you know, that is incorporated. That could be something where we find somebody who is more so compatible for us, but after we release things and cut them through, after we cut out certain energies, I could definitely feel that if that is the case for you, Aquarius. But either way, you have to take the reins. You have to be the one in control of your own life in the direction that you choose to move forward in, okay? That is this king. Look at him. Everything that I talked about right there, how he's passionate and, you know, zest for life, and like, you know, he must be the leader of his own everything, and he's, you know, emboldened to like go on his own path. That's very true, but look at his face. This king needs to heal. This king is painful. He looks painful. Healing, balance, emotional connection to self. Emotional balance, emotional coming back together, healing in regard to that. I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell you, you're going to get everything you want, all your wishes are going to come true. Bullshit. Come on, bullshit. What is that? I'm sorry, I just get pissed off when like tarot readers do that. It's, your wishes come true. Your wishes come true when you make them come true. Your wishes come true when you stand within your power and create. Okay? Having backbone to work towards what you want. Having backbone to walk away from situations that keep you out of balance and in pain. That's when your wishes come true. When you take the reins of your own life. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be harsh on you, Aquarius. I get very frustrated just because I see videos where it causes people to have false hope in things. It causes people to believe in things that like are more so congruent with fairy tales than reality, you know, and I think that that's unfair. Show me more for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah. So, Aquarius, here you have the Nine of Swords and you've got the Seven of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So basically what's going on here is that the situation has got you in your mind. It's unending, it's relentless thought and anguish in regard to the situation. It's basically going over everything that you've put into this matter, and it's yielding no results. It's just causing you heartache and frustration. By moving on, you give yourselves options. You give yourself the option for so many different things that are at your fingertips, you know. Moving into that energy, that may be frustrating, it may be daunting because you don't know exactly what you're moving towards, but when you sit within your own power and make the choice to move forward no matter what, when you extract yourself from painful situations no matter what, you give yourself the opportunity for better things to find you, to meet your energy, your vibration. When you raise your energy that is at that level comes to you. It's like water seeking water, you know? It's very healing, but you have to be in a good space. Show me the Nine of Swords here for Aquarius, please. So the Page of Wands, again, this is an energy where we are needing to move forward, you know, pick a direction. It's almost like direction, knowing what we want to do, but not really having all of the things that we need in regard to moving in that direction. Like, we don't know how long it will take. We don't know how, you know, what it might take to get there. Like, you know, there's a lot of It's like the idea is there, but it's like we're still uncertain in regard to it. But you need to be able to find some sort of, like, inject it with some sort of life force, some sort of zeal, some sort of passion. Something here needs to be, like, the spark of life needs to be added to the situation, because it's almost as if there's like this, yes, there's healing needing to happen, but it's almost as if there's like this stagnation, like a shell-shocked energy. That's what I'm feeling like when we're shell-shocked. And it's like it's perpetuating a level of stagnation that's actually unhealthy. If you are going back and forth in your mind about everything that's been put into the situation, it's not healthy anymore. You just need to let it go, cut your losses, move on. Show me the 7 of Pentacles, please, for Aquarius. So you have the Knight of Pentacles here. So, you know, Aquarius, just because you've put energy and effort into something and it was not fruitful, it proved to be otherwise, does not mean that your efforts were in vain, okay? What definitely needs to happen, and we have the King of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, what needs to happen here, Aquarius, is you need to keep trucking. You need to keep moving forward. You need to be in your own power. What I'm feeling is that this situation is going to take a while to heal from, but also whatever you get involved in next, make sure that it's something that you can work on for the long haul. I'm not talking about relationships right now. What I'm talking about is steadying and solidifying your life, stabilizing your life so that whatever you enter into is good for you. It's stable for you. When you're in that space, you pick up on people that are also in that space. That's when you find healthy relationships. Whatever the situation, this third party whateverness, it's done, you know. It's a lesson. It's a lesson. All of these things happen for reasons. They happen for our benefit because they're lessons for us to learn. You know, not every relationship is supposed to be with us forever. They're all benefit for learning. All relationships are benefit for learning benefit. The point of relationships, especially the ones that tear you apart, are literally for your benefit because they help you learn. They help you learn yourself. They spread your heart apart and make it grow. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a beautiful gift. You know, for people who break your heart, I salute you, because for people who break my heart, I salute you, because all you've done is made me grow into a wonderful person, somebody who is present within my own energy, within my own belief of myself, within my own value. I cherish myself at this point because of all of the shit fucks that have been in my life. And I've had a lot of them. I've had a lot of them. Long-standing endeavors that take a long time to get going, but they're there. They're positive. You also may end up being with, and this is just throwing it out there, you may end up being with somebody who is an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Somebody who is financially stable. You know, I feel that this is you though. This is you leading yourself into something new. I feel like it's very important to stabilize financially here, Aquarius. Like, there's some energy here where it's like, yeah, this didn't work out, but it almost gives you more time to, like, do things that are going to be in regard to, like, better suited for you in regard to your financial aspects. Don't let that go by the wayside, okay? Show me more for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. November 2018. Show me more for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me more for Aquarius, please, now. Yeah, Aquarius, you need to cut things out of your life. You need to do it with a mind frame that is more so analytical, more so logical, less emotional. Cut things out, move forward. This is your energy here, Aquarius. Move forward. You have everything in your right and power to do so. Show me more for the King of Swords, please. I'm not taking that as literally like half the deck. Show me more for the King of Swords. Oh my God. You just want like half the deck, don't you? So you have, for the King of Swords, clarifying, you have the King of Swords. You've got the Page of Pentacles. You have Justice. You have the Queen of Wands. You have the Ace of Cups. Seven of Swords. Five of Wands. So basically what I'm feeling here, Aquarius, is that this energy is more so in regard to letting situations go. You may have been dealing with a fire sign person, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That may be what was going on, but it's like that energy has been cut out, especially in regard to love and emotional aspects. That person brought this, okay? The Seven of Swords is somebody who is reckless in regard to emotions on other people's parts. They don't care. They lie, they cheat, they deceive. That's what it is. You know, basically what's going on right now, justice is happening. Things are getting cut out. You're utilizing your precious wisdom, you know, and what's on your mind is a brand new beginning. Again, a slow beginning. But you have to get out of conflict in regard to all of this, Aquarius, okay? So I'm going to shut it down here. Yeah, it's just about trusting yourself to move forward towards something that you know will be better for you. And honestly, I think that that's something that's going to be more so financially involved versus something romantic. Yeah. Take care of yourself, take care of your finances, make sure that you are stable in regard to that, and keep trucking on that. You know, you don't need to be so involved in love right now if that's the case. I know people are probably going to thumbs down this video just because I said, you know, don't be involved with love. Thumbs down all you want, but like what I'm saying, the reason I'm saying that is if you're coming from a place of pain, why would you want to jump into another relationship? Why would you want to be involved in something with somebody where you're hurting? You know, wouldn't you rather enter into a situation where you can feel love, you can feel reciprocal with somebody, and you're able to better be suited for that relationship where you can be back and forth and like have it be reciprocated versus being at odds in yourself, being at odds and frustrated and painful and second guessing everything because you've been dealing with people like this. This energy takes a while to heal from, okay? I feel like we had the Temperance card in here and the Star for a minute. Maybe not the Star, but the Temperance card for sure. It's healing. It's emotional healing. You had the Four of Swords pop up twice. That's most definitely healing. Here, you've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands was under there too. Ooh, weird. And the King of Wands was under here. We've got King and Queen and Wands. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this was a couple that was basically, they felt together and somebody did some naughty. And it basically caused things to break down. Somebody got shut out and we're at a standstill. But the standstill leads to healing. But we have to be very conscious in regard to how we go about things. Use your logical mind, Aquarius. Don't use your emotional aspects. Use your emotional aspects. Don't get caught in pain. That's all I'm saying. Don't get caught in pain. And don't make your decisions based upon pain. Use your logical, analytical mind. All right. My name is Isel. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Sorry it was a bummer, but you know, it's kind of how the cookie crumbles. Anyways, yeah, I'm not going to tell you like, oh, puppies and kittens and rainbows and bullshit. Like, that is not typically the nature of life. That is definitely not the nature of relationships, especially ones that are in pain and in suffering and frustration. And I'm going to say about like 85-90% of the people that watch tarot readings in regard to relationships, like a lot of them are seeking guidance from painful experiences. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to meet Romeo on Tuesday and walk hand in hand into the sunset for the rest of your lives, you know, riding unicorns. Like, I would be an asshole if I did that, and I wouldn't feel very good about myself doing that because I wouldn't feel like I'm helping anybody. So, yeah, the tarot reading is about guidance, you know, and if you don't like this, then don't watch me, you know. This is for somebody, okay? So, anyways, I hope it was helpful. If it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back in a few weeks with your next reading for December. All right, Aquarius, take care. Bye.